30 Days a Night, so just a bit like Scotland in the winter then. Ba-dum.
Hello and welcome to Woodshed Reviews, where we look at films old and new, good and bad. And on tonight's show, we're looking at 30 Days of Night from 2007.
Indeed.
I was thinking what's my favourite vampire film of the century,
Okay.
and immediately thought 30 Days of Night.
Okay. Yeah.
And we're currently running a poll, and our viewers seem to agree with us.
All right. Okay.
Or me anyway.
Yeah, that was your poll. Yeah. Okay. So as you say, from 2007, so it's getting on a little bit now.
Yeah.
Is it a bit of a cult film? Would you say?
Could be becoming one, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I remember really loving it at the time, and I've checked it out a few times over the years, and still holds up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
so it could be just as memorable as The Lost Boys or Interview with the Vampire.
All right. Okay. Well, we'll find out then. We'll get into reviewing 30 Days of Night.
Last sunset in a month. Always works.
It's set in the town of Barrow, which is a real place, although it wasn't filmed there.
That's right. So the most northerly town of the US.
Yeah, and it experiences once a year a polar night of 30 nights of complete darkness.
Yeah.
So I guess someone at some point thought, what about if we added some vampires into that?
Yeah.
I think at one point the vampires kind of do say, like, why did we not come here earlier?
So of course this is based on a graphic novel.
Right, yeah.
And it did mention that fact that these vampires are a bit more roguish, and they've discovered this place and they think, oh, sounds like a party.
Yeah.
So they head there.
Okay.
And I think Barrow, the head vampire in the film,
Okay.
he's a bit more upset with them for doing this because vampires will no longer be a myth, but reality.
So that's an interesting kind of like little nuance to the lore of this kind of vampire stuff, which I guess with a vampire film you've got to have a fresh take on it. I think sometimes otherwise it's like, well, what's the point, you know? So, and I think it does that pretty well.
Yeah, really well. I guess our main characters played by Josh Hartnett as Eben and Melissa George as Stella. In the graphic novel, they're a couple. They haven't separated. But I like what they do with the film. They set them up as they have separated.
That was strange, yeah.
And she's visiting the town and hoping to get out on the last flight.
Yeah, there's a sort of town exodus that on the last day, sort of people that are like, yeah, I'm not sticking around here for 30 days of this nonsense, which is understandable.
Yeah.
Even at the best of times, let alone when vampires just decide to descend on your town.
Hey, stop! Stop! Who are you people?
It doesn't go along the kind of the way that you might expect, because we've seen this sort of thing before in lots of films where an estranged couple are forced back together. I'm thinking of like maybe something like The Abyss or something like that, where they kind of do that sort of thing. But it goes along pretty traditional lines of where that relationship is going to go and what's going to happen. But with this one, it's a slight kink in it, I suppose.
Yeah, we don't know what happened.
No.
I quite like that.
Yeah.
It leaves a lot to your own imagination.
Yeah.
And you can feel that they both have something still for each other. Whatever happened, we don't know, but they could possibly get past it.
Enough. Stay down.
So that's our main leads. There's a lot of supporting characters in this. This town sort of peppered throughout it, and it feels like a feels like a real place and everything. I think one of the stars of the show is probably the set that they've kind of built, because I think I watched the extras and like the real town of Barrow, certainly not very filmic.
No.
So you need to kind of up that a little bit, and then I guess get it in line with the graphic novel as well, which is very kind of gothic looking in that.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, the atmosphere in this film is just incredible. You got the wind constantly throughout it. It feels cold. The colour palette, the cinematography's incredible, very tight and claustrophobic. I love the close-ups of all the actors.
And also you can see what's happening, despite this being a film.
Yeah.
Which is entirely 95% set at night, and there's not even much sort of artificial light, because the vampires cut the power, or they hire a human kind of to go in first to sort of like set up for them. And despite all that, we can see what's happening. So
Yeah, funny that.
unlike recent Hollywood traditions of sort of like filming everything at night and you can't see what's going on,
Yeah.
which seems to be something that is increasingly going on.
Previously on Woodshed Reviews.
It was strange though. I've never seen a film like this so dark. I don't know if it's a cinematography issue or a post-production issue, but there's some reason behind it. Because it looks great. What you do see, it looks fine. So I mean, I would have rather seen rubbish costumes than a film that's so dark.
And a good balance of the practical with the CGI, you know, at the time. And to the point that a lot of the stuff I wouldn't have even clocked was CGI and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Landscapes and stuff.
Yeah, I was dreading watching again in case there was something that would jump out at me as, oh, that looks terrible, but there wasn't.
No, but there's a couple of compositing shots, I think, maybe here and there when they're in the snowstorm and stuff. That was about it, really, you know. I think the digital effects were done by Weta, and they're kind of the gold standard, I suppose.
Yeah.
So, and the makeup and prosthetics as well, blood, all that kind of stuff, it all kind of feels very real. There's no like CGI squibs and that going on here, or if there are, they're very well done.
Yeah, the makeup is incredible. The vampires looked amazing, really terrifying.
Yeah, I don't know how they did that look for some of them, because their faces are quite like elongated and stretched. And is that CGI or was that makeup or?
I'm not sure.
I mean, if it's CGI, it looks great. If it's makeup, it looks great. You know, it's sort of like, or if it's maybe a mix of both. Maybe I don't know.
Probably good casting as well. Again.
Yeah, maybe they found some character actors for that. Certainly. And they've got heightened sort of strength and abilities and all that kind of stuff, but they're not too over the top. They're not flying about or anything like that.
Yeah.
You know? It feels kind of grounded and a bit more believable. Headed by Danny Houston, who's kind of like a known face for being kind of villainous kind of roles and stuff.
Yeah, so it's basically just the vampires. They have a major feast quite near the start, don't they? They take out most of the town, I think.
Yeah, there's kind of they reveal themselves fairly quickly, I think. Maybe there could have been a little more of a sort of like, they could have held back a little bit with that, I felt.
Yeah, they did send somebody ahead of them to sabotage.
So this is the stranger he's called, is it?
Yeah.
So he's a human, but he's kind of like, he thinks he's signed a pact with them that if he does their bidding,
they'll turn him into a
vampire, but it doesn't go that way.
They didn't take me.
Great kind of cast of supporting characters as well. Some get a bit more better sort of time and story beats and stuff like that than others, I suppose. That's maybe just the way these things go. We have, and there's the rule that you always have to follow, which is Chekhov's tractor chainsaw, and which is if you have a tractor chainsaw in the first act of the film, it has to be used.
Absolutely.
The final one. So
there's some spectacular gore moments in it.
Yeah.
But that was a major kind of actiony set piece, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Lots of bodies flying and chopped up.
And again, not too well. I mean, in terms of being a tractor chainsaw chopping up vampires, it's not too over the top. It was kind of well done and everything.
Yeah.
Again, you know, and lots of done very practically. So that was good to see.
And there's no cheap scares in it. No major jump scares.
No, I don't think so. No.
But you're kind of on the edge of your seat all the time with the atmosphere.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of it, and having this single setting in this small sort of isolated town, and we're there for the whole film, and the characters are there for 30 nights, so it feels like a long haul. And I guess I kind of wanted more of that, I suppose, and it kind of felt like maybe there was a lot that had been lost on the cutting room floor, maybe.
Yeah.
A couple of scenes here and there, like the one in the police station where like Granny obviously dies, but we don't see that, and the younger brother to Josh Hartnett escapes, but we don't see any of that. And I kind of felt like that was maybe a missing thing. So I don't know if there's a longer cut out there somewhere.
I'm not sure.
I've not heard anything, but...
No, because the graphic novel certainly had a few more side stories, and I'm glad they didn't involve them, because I think the film does the kind of story really well.
Yeah.
Its own take on it. But yeah, and it's almost 2 hours long, but the pace feels quite fast.
It doesn't feel... I mean, that's kind of like how I judge a film these days. Like, did it feel like 2 hours long? No, not really. Good film.
Yeah.
That'll do. That's my reviewing sort of tactic. So.
Absolutely. It wasn't without some shocking scenes, I thought.
Yeah, okay, yeah. It definitely, I mean, if you don't like dogs meeting their end, this is not the film for you. And kids as well, it doesn't hold back with that.
You wanna play with me now?
Kid
vampire in one scene, and they don't, this is not the Lost Boys.
No.
Please stop! Get away from him! You just stay away from him! He's just a little boy.
Yeah, I mean, I can't fault this film too much. I mean, I like the fact it leaves a lot to the imagination, doesn't answer everything. You're with the main characters throughout the whole film, and it's very kind of intimate with them. It's claustrophobic. The atmosphere is incredible. And great ending. I don't know. I'm going to give it four vlogs, I think.
So I'd probably sort of say the same as you. It's probably a solid 4 for me. But I think that probably could have with a bit of finessing, it could have been brought up even more. I think so.
Sure.
But 4 is not to be sniffed at.
Absolutely.
So I'm happy to go with that.
A recommendation for Halloween this year?
Yeah, watch it if you haven't seen it, and if you have, watch it again. That's, as we say, that's our Halloween recommendation for this year. A little bit easier than last year's one. 13 Halloween films, was it?
Yeah. So we're taking a break from Halloween this year.
Yeah, definitely.
The films.
Definitely. But you can check out the Halloween review here. But anyway, that's all we've got for you today. Happy Halloween. We'll see you next time.
Happy Halloween.